Hello, and welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Have you ever found yourself completely consumed by thoughts of one particular woman? You might feel an intense connection, a magnetic pull that makes it seem impossible to focus on anything else. Chapter 1. The Sweetness Hook. It starts with a simple notification, a buzz in your pocket, a light on your screen. Your mood might rise based on a single text from her. A simple "good morning" can feel like the sun breaking through the clouds, setting the entire tone for your day. You read it, and then you read it again. A smile spreading across your face almost involuntarily. In that moment, everything feels right, centered, and full of promise. Conversely, your mood might fall into a deep, unsettling quiet when there's no reply. The silence stretches, and the digital void where her response should be becomes a source of anxiety. You check your phone, then check it again, wondering if you said something wrong, if she's busy, or if something has fundamentally shifted. Each passing hour without a word feels heavier than the last, pulling your thoughts into a spiral of doubt and worry. This feeling of being utterly captivated, almost addicted to her presence and attention, is powerful and confusing. It's a potent cocktail of euphoria and despair, served at unpredictable intervals. One moment you're on top of the world, validated by her focus. The next, you're questioning your own worth in her absence. This emotional roller coaster can leave you questioning your own thoughts and feeling a loss of control over your emotional state. You might find your focus drifting at work, your conversations with friends feeling distant, because a part of your mind is perpetually tethered to her, waiting for the next signal, the next interaction. It's natural to wonder if you're just deeply in love. After all, isn't love supposed to be intense and all-consuming? Healthy, secure love certainly involves deep affection and a strong connection. It brings joy, stability, and mutual respect. But what if this isn't that? What if something more complex is at play, shaping your feelings from behind the scenes? What if the intensity you're experiencing isn't a sign of healthy connection, but of a dependency that leaves you feeling emotionally unstable and insecure? Today, we are going to explore this very phenomenon. We're not just talking about love. We're talking about the architecture of emotional dependency. We'll dive deep into the subtle, sometimes unconscious psychological dynamics that can create strong emotional dependency in men. These patterns often operate below the surface of our awareness, tapping into fundamental human needs for validation, connection, and security. It is crucial to state that this isn't about placing blame or labeling actions as malicious. Often, these dynamics unfold without conscious intent from either person. It's about shedding light on the intricate patterns of human connection and attachment, so you can recognize them for what they are. This journey is about empowerment through knowledge. Understanding these mechanisms is the first step toward regaining emotional balance, fostering healthier relationships, and reclaiming your own sense of self. It's about moving from a place of confusion to a place of clarity. Let's begin our exploration. Chapter 2. The Strategic Withdrawal. After the initial phase of sweetness has successfully hooked you, the dynamic shifts. This is where the strategic withdrawal begins. She pulls back. It's not a sudden, complete disappearance. That would be too obvious. Instead, it's a subtle, calculated reduction in warmth and availability, designed to be just noticeable enough to create a sense of unease and longing. This is the moment the ground beneath you starts to feel unstable, and it's entirely by design. This is where emotional dependency truly takes root. Your brain, now accustomed to the dopamine hits from her attention, desperately wants to return to that initial sweetness phase. This creates a powerful urge to chase, to do whatever it takes to regain that feeling of being special and seen. You start putting in more effort, initiating more conversations, and seeking more validation, all while she maintains a careful distance. This withdrawal can manifest in several ways. The most common is a change in communication speed. For example, last week, she replied instantly with enthusiastic paragraphs. This week, she takes 6 hours to send a short, polite response. Another pattern is a shift in tone. The warm emojis disappear, the caring questions stop, and her messages become cooler, more detached. A third tactic is reduced availability. Suddenly, she's swamped with work, or needs a night to herself, and plans that were once easy to make become difficult, or get cancelled at the last minute. This inconsistency sends your mind into overdrive. You start rereading old messages, comparing her past warmth to her current distance. Your mind starts asking, Did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest? Was that joke I made last night stupid? You begin to internalize the blame, believing that you are the cause of her withdrawal. This self-doubt is the key that locks you into the cycle. Let's look at a mini-case vignette. Week 1. She's all in. Good morning texts, sharing songs, asking about your day. You feel an incredible connection. Week 2. The replies slow down. A planned phone call is postponed with a vague excuse. You feel a pang of worry but brush it off. Week 3. Her texts are now one-word answers. She no longer initiates contact. You are now fully in chase mode, sending multiple messages, trying to recapture the magic of week 1, while she holds all the power. This confusion and desperate chasing keeps you deeply emotionally invested. This is the classic push-pull dynamic, also known as intermittent reinforcement. It's one of the strongest psychological bonding techniques in existence, because a reward that is unpredictable is far more addictive than one that is constant. You never know when you'll get the next hit of sweetness, so you keep pulling the lever, hoping for a jackpot. So, what can you do? Here's a practical tip. Start tracking the patterns. For 2 weeks, objectively note the communication. Who initiates? What's the response time? What's the tone? Seeing the data on paper can help you detach emotionally and recognize the push-pull cycle for what it is. A strategy, not a reflection of your worth. This awareness is the first step toward breaking free. Chapter 3. Creating a safe emotional space. Some women make you feel understood at a deep level. They listen, validate your feelings, and allow you to express parts of yourself you hide from others. Once a man feels emotionally seen, he becomes attached. Example, you open up about family stress. She responds gently,
"I'm really glad you told me. It shows how strong you are."
You feel comfort, relief, connection. This psychological safety becomes addictive. Suddenly you don't just want her, you need her. Chapter 4. The personalized attention loop. Women who create dependency give tailored attention, remembering details about your life, preferences, fears, and dreams. When someone remembers the little things, it creates emotional intimacy fast. Example, she remembers your favorite snacks, your stressful deadlines, your weekend plans, and brings them up naturally in conversation. This makes you feel important and valued, which deepens attachment. But here's the twist. These personal touches are often given inconsistently, reinforcing the dependency. Chapter 5. Reward and delay. This tactic is rooted in behavioral psychology. She rewards you with affection and attention when you behave in a certain way, and delays that affection when you don't. This shapes your behavior without you noticing. Example, when you're sweet, she becomes extra warm. When you're distant, she becomes colder. When you're attentive, she compliments you. When you're busy, she replies shortly. This reward delay pattern keeps your brain in constant anticipation. And anticipation is the foundation of emotional addiction. Chapter 6. Shared vulnerability moments. This is one of the most potent tools for accelerating a bond. It's the moment she leans in and shares something deeply personal, something she claims to have never told anyone else. For example, she might tell you, "Honestly, I don't trust people easily, but for some reason, I can talk to you." Or perhaps, "I've never told anyone about my family issues before, but I feel like you'd understand." This creates a powerful illusion. You believe you're the exception. You're not just another person. You are the one who broke through her walls. And once you believe you're the exception, a powerful psychological switch is flipped. You will unconsciously fight to maintain that special role. You become invested not just in her, but in the unique status she has granted you. This feeling of being her sole confidant is the first anchor of dependency. Chapter 7. Giving you a role to play. Building on that sense of specialness, the next step is to formalize your position in her life. This isn't a conscious negotiation. It's a subtle assignment of duties that you willingly accept because it feels good. It gives you a sense of purpose. She might cast you as the protector, the one who makes her feel safe in a harsh world, or the advisor, the only one whose opinion she truly trusts, or, most commonly, the emotional anchor, the man who can calm her storms. You become the only one who understands. For example, after a long vent, she says, "Talking to you always calms me down." This statement is more than a compliment, it's a job offer. Once you accept this role, You begin to feel responsible for her emotional well-being. Her peace of mind becomes linked to your presence and effort, which is the very definition of dependency. Chapter 8. The illusion of progress. To keep you locked in these roles, there must be a sense that the relationship is moving forward. However, in a dependency dynamic, progress is often an illusion, crafted through ambiguity and vague promises. She hints that things are moving towards a real commitment, but keeps the relationship itself undefined. You'll hear phrases like, "I can really see a future with someone like you," or, "Let's just see where this goes. I'm not ready for a label right now, but I love what we have." This ambiguity is strategic. It keeps you invested because you're always waiting for the next step that feels just around the corner, but never quite arrives. This carefully managed ambiguity creates hope. Hope creates attachment. And prolonged, unfulfilled attachment solidifies into deep emotional dependency. You're no longer just enjoying her company. You're now waiting for a future that may never have been planned at all. Chapter 9. Dependency recognition. This is the moment you notice you're thinking about her constantly, checking your phone too often, feeling anxious when she's distant, adjusting your schedule for her. You've unconsciously rearranged your emotional world around her. This is the result of all the previous tactics: the sweetness, the withdrawal, the vulnerability, the attention loops. Understanding these psychological patterns doesn't make women bad. Many do these things naturally without malicious intent. But for men, awareness is power. When you understand how emotional dependency is created, you stay balanced, grounded, and in control of your emotions. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to Dark Love Psychology for more insights and tips to help you succeed. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video.